Dala! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today I wanted to talk to you about evolving and doing your best. Oftentimes I said, always ask of you is not to know everything that's there to be known. It's not to be the bestest of the best, even though that would be good if you were inclined to or inspired to reach that way. But it's simply to do your best. To do your best no matter what you've given, to do your best no matter what the situation that's presented before you, and to do it with wholeheartedly so that you won't have any regrets because you know you'll have done your best. Now, yes, doing your best is wonderful. It gets you closer to the best version of yourself. It gets you closer to reaching your goal and reaching the person that you want to be. But in that process, you must risk being a hypocrite. And that's true, it's because you have to understand. So if you've made mistakes in the past, which we all have done, you may be called sometimes to provide advice, counsel, somebody may ask you your opinion, you may come in a situation where this is about to repeat itself, the same scenario is about to repeat itself, and you have to step in and decline it. You have to step in and step away from that. And that can be, by doing that, you can be put in a light to say, oh, you're a hypocrite. Well, you did this before, why would you counsel somebody not to do it? But you have to risk being a hypocrite so that your experience can serve someone else. You have to be willing to be courageous enough so that you can say, yes, I've done this thing and that thing did end well for me, and I will not recommend anyone going through that same path, going down that same path. No matter if you call a hypocrite, no matter if you call somebody who doesn't know, or a hater, or whatever names that people may call you nowadays, you must risk it. That's part of your own evolution, your own path, and your own learning process. There's no point for you having done something knowing that it ended badly, it didn't work out. It wasn't even what it was advertised, it wasn't cranked up to be. It turned out to be something that was really negative or whatever. Don't be advertising that so that other people will go and lost their ways by following your advice. Sometimes you have to be responsible enough to say, well, you know what, I did this, what I was doing, it was all fun and all of that, but at the end of the day, it didn't really serve me. And I would not recommend you doing that. I would recommend that you save that time that I've lost, that you learn from my expertise, from my experience, so you can save yourself. And you have to be willing to take that step. You have to be willing to risk being called a hypocrite. For people who knew you when you did whatever mistake that you've made, and who now will say that you're turning around and going 300 or doing a 360 a 360 change of heart or whatever, because that's the way that you are going to be advancing. I would not recommend that you advise others to go down a path that you know is not well suited. Sometimes there's this saying that says, when you're going through something really, really bad, and you say you wouldn't even wish that on your worst enemy. You wouldn't wish that on anyone. So I think sometimes that's why you need to be willing to be called names. And I'm saying this smiling, but it's inevitable. I've seen people who come into my channel or who come in contact with some of the content and some of the things that I provide, and who are super excited. And who are super excited because sometimes it is things that resonate with them, things that they believe in deeply, and things that they've been searching for or what have you. But at some point, I'm going to say something that they don't like. I'm going to say something that they don't agree with, and just like you guys. So, I'm sharing my perspective. I never ask you to jump on board with me and agree with me. It's not about agreeing with me. It's about you deciphering. It's about you examining what I'm offering, the perception that I provide, and seeking out with your own discernment what's best for you to use. What's best for you to use at this particular moment, or what may be relevant and useful later on. It's not about you trying to agree with me, and I don't gain anything when you agree with me, to tell you. But it is important for you to realize that, yes, my role is not to tell you things that you want to hear. My role is to share what I am called to share, and it may include things that you're not gonna like. It may include things that are against your own beliefs. It may include things that may be shocking to you, or that may defy your comprehension, and that's okay. So that means if I'm speaking about dreams, if you never had done this kind of dreams before, or you've never been able to do what I'm talking about in a dream, it doesn't mean that you need to get upset. No? It doesn't mean if I'm speaking on something and you don't believe it, you don't believe it, you don't believe that it is so, you don't believe that it should be done that kind of way, that's okay. You are allowed to think and to choose whatever you want to believe. Because this channel is not about convincing you, it's not about recruiting you, it's not about, creating a new religion, or, it's not about me trying to help you ascend. I think I've had to tell this to a few people that I'm not one of those pathways of people who help you ascend. I'm here to help you on whatever you are doing here. Because I'm staying here, I'm not ascending anywhere. Like, I came here now to be here. So anyways, I just wanted to give you this little bit of encouragement. I know sometimes a lot of you go through difficult times and have overcome so many beautiful things, and so many beautiful things in the sense that it made you grow, it made you blossom, it made you expand, it made you realize some of the strength that you didn't even know you had. It may also have you realize the true friends that were around you. It may have helped you realize the love that was surrounding you all the time. And sometimes you do have to go through this big contrast of feeling alone, of feeling that the world is against you, in order for you to get to the other side and appreciate how supported you've been and appreciate how much the love has been around you all the time. Sometimes you were just too busy focusing on the negativity to feel it and to see it. And so when you're going through all of those stuff, you're not going through all of that in vain. You're not going through all of that just for yourself. They may be down the line in 5, 10, 15 or 20 years, and there's a soul coming towards you, asking you for advice, asking you for counsel, asking you for a little bit of your time, or even asking you just for your opinion, or even commenting below your own commentary, to have and to share into your own wisdom, the wisdom that you've acquired through your own personal experience. And that will be the time where you may have to risk being a hypocrite. But I can tell you that risking it is so worth it. It's so worth it to be able to understand and to be able to be somehow a lighthouse. The lighthouse is what enables the boats to know how far they are from the shore, which direction the shore is. And so it doesn't give you, the lighthouse doesn't give you any coordinates, but it gives you an idea of where you may need to navigate towards or go. And so when you will share that, when you will share whatever experiences you had, whatever mistake you've made, in order to provide advice to someone else, you become that lighthouse. That person can look at your experience, see how it affected you, listen to your testimony, and decide if they still want to go closer or if they want to change direction and do better. And that's all what is asked of you. Okay, it is not asked of you that you convince them in any way possible. It is not asked of you that you push yourself, or that you change your experience, or that you modify your experience, that you start lying or doing all kind of stuff. It's not even sometimes asked of you that you share this information with everyone. It may be that just that one person that comes along, that person that makes you so comfortable that you're ready to share unapologetically, share with the intention that it will help, and share in order to guide, and in order also to celebrate yourself a little bit, because you have to understand that you've gone through different things, you've managed to overcome all of that, and instead of always focusing on the pain that it took you to get through it, then you can focus on what you gain from that experience, and how what you gain can actually assist other people and help them do better. Okay, so I hope this video was useful. I hope you do take the time sometime to understand and to look back to see how far you've come. Not to be sad, not to be twisted, not to blame, not to point fingers or anything like that, but rather to celebrate the fact that you made it, to celebrate the fact that you're still here, to celebrate the fact that with all of that came lessons, came wisdom that you will be able to share, because there are going to be people who are going to come towards you for that knowledge, for that experience, for that expertise. And that can take many forms. You can become a counselor, a coach, but you can also just be a mentor and look after children, or just youth who will come to you, who will be drawn towards you. And your words matter. Your words matter. Sometimes you can have young adults or kids whose parents are telling them things 100 and 200 times and they still don't listen. But your voice may touch their heart. Your voice may make the difference that they need, especially when they look up to you and that they're listening to you. They take the time to ask you those questions, to know about your own opinion that they value. So that may be an amazing way for you to do your contribution and to make this world, this experience, better for all of us. So I hope you will think about that, and I hope that was useful, and I certainly will see you in the next video. Don't forget to share your comments, your suggestions, and your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.